Hello and good evening, gentlemen and ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome into your reading, guys. This time around, for this reading, I'll do it in the old way where I shuffle the cards in this manner. And we will also do reversal readings, whatever comes out in your case in this situation. Taurus, for the next 2 weeks, starting from the 17th of October until the end of October 2021, guys. Okay, we'll use these as the clarifiers, and the first portion of your reading I will be using these cards in here, of this deck in here. Wow, the Three of Pentacles. Lot of work, guys. You must be doing a lot of work, or you're helping people, right? Some kind of a situation like that may be in vogue in your life. Busy, busy, busy. Time could be busy for you as well. Indoor, outdoor, whatever the situation could be, right? Now, again, Wheel of Fortune. A lot of you guys may be putting in a lot of effort towards your abundance, your money. You want to bring in a new cycle. You know, that's the card for Jupiter for me, the Wheel of Fortune. So there could be a lot of things going on. Yeah, the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you guys could be on the verge. Yeah, see, Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Some of you guys could be on the verge of starting something new, busy with some kind of project in your life. Judgment, yeah. You're taking a decision to start something brand new in your life, Taurus. Let's see what the energies are talking about. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, you could be living a life that you're not enjoying anymore, taking a call and judgment on that situation, where probably you have had money go down, you know, like you have been living your life not in accordance with your wallet, right? Do you follow what I'm saying, guys? But we'll see. But first and foremost, let's call in our spirit guide, angel and ancestors, and we'll see what the reading is for you around this portion in time. But whatever energies we did get to see talks about a lot of, it's like you might have failed in an earlier project for some of you, when you possibly could have started something and you didn't get through with that, but you did not enjoy the fruit of that success or that labor in your life, whatever that situation could have been for you, Taurus. Yeah, the Lovers. Okay. So there could be some situation in your life that you have to take a decision on in this time. The Strength card. Okay, both are in the upright. Two major already out. The Three of Swords. Okay, so there could be amount of guilt. The Hanged Man. Wow, what's going on, Taurus? There could be a lot of drama in a situation that you're currently facing. The Star card. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so it's also something that you're healing from, or you want to heal. You know, we'll see. We'll talk about it as we go along the way. Okay, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely something to do with, yeah, see the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Money situation, guys. Definitely some kind of a money situation in your case is more I'm getting. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to do a little bit of in-depth reading this time around the year so that you get, yeah, the Two of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, you have been stuck. There has been some kind of bad planning. Something has gone terribly wrong in a situation in your case, Taurus, but we'll see. Death in the reverse, which talks about personal transformation. Lot of things, yeah. The Ten of Wands in the reverse, yeah. Lot of stress, lot of burden that you have been carrying. You're burnt out. You're burnt out waiting at the crossroad. The Chariot, yeah. You want to move. You definitely want to move from this situation that is not really working in your favor anymore. The Five of Swords. Okay, we'll see. We'll delve into it, guys. Okay, let's look into your clarifiers. Let's see what the Lover's card is talking about first. We'll see. We'll talk about it. No worries, guys. Please talk to me about the Lover's card here. Let's see what the Lovers are. Lovers usually signify a relationship in your life that you are attached with, right? It could be a marriage you're attached with. It could be a significant relationship in personal or professional life could be as well, right? The Ten of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Let's see what other messages we get for this card in here. The King of Swords. Okay. Let's look at the Strength card here. The World in the reverse. Yeah. Okay. I'll first get the clarifiers out, guys, and then we'll go from there, okay? The Ace of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, all right. Let's look at the Hanged Man here. It looks like you're thinking about the situation, trying to gain a different perspective into the whole story for yourself. You know, it's like you're doing a lot of shadow work at this point in time. Temperance, yeah. Okay. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, let's look at the Star card. If we need more clarifiers, we will go for that, guys. We'll definitely. The Hermit. Okay. What about the Hermit here, please? The Seven of Pentacles. Okay. And the Page of Cups. Okay. All right, let's look at the Five of Pentacles here. The Five of Pentacles is a situation, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, okay. The Fool and the Five of Cups. What's going on, Taurus? Okay, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Let's see this. Oopsie daisy. Hold on, guys. The Two of Cups. Bear with me for a second. Sorry, I had to get off my chair. And the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse again. Okay. Okay. And then we have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Okay. The Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay. What about the Queen of Wands? The Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. The Ten of Pentacles, I'm sorry, the Ten of Wands in the reverse. This wanted to come out here, guys, so I'm going to take it there. Please talk to me about the Ten of Wands in the reverse. The Three of Cups. You definitely want some kind of communication, some kind of growth. Okay. Let's look at, wow. The Magician in the reverse, the Ten of Cups, and then we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Let's look at the card of Chariot here. It's a Cancer energy, guys, but we'll see what this is talking about. I'm going to clarify with more cards if we have questions on this situation. The Empress in the reverse, the Eight of Wands in the reverse, and Justice in the reverse. Okay, all right, let's look here now. Let's get into the bottom of this. We'll dig for more information if we have to. Enjoy this reading, guys. Take what resonates with your circumstance and your situation. Don't force yourself into this reading, but enjoy the reading and see if you can use this energy towards your guidance, towards your understanding, towards a situation that you probably would like to understand better for yourself. Okay, let's delve into this, guys. I probably will have to clarify a little bit more. Okay, so we start the reading with the Lover's card. Now, like I said, technically the Lover's card talks about a relationship. So this could be a relationship you have with somebody in your life. Again, it could be a work relationship, it could be a personal relationship. Whatever that relationship is, you definitely also have some kind of an option and a choice in here to make a decision. So what it is that it is a Gemini energy, which is a little bit of an air energy here. And with air energy, technically, it becomes a little bit difficult to step into a kind of a balance, right? So with this Lover's energy, it is also definitely talking about some kind of balance, some kind of harmony in any kind of relationship that you are particularly involved in at this point in time, right? Which is where it's clarified with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Okay, now the Ten of Swords in the reverse is telling me that there has been a lot of pain in this situation here for you, whatever that situation has been in your life. Okay, with regards to a relationship that you have been involved in for whatever amount of time, Taurus, but you are letting that go, or it's coming to the point of you understanding that you cannot sit in that pain anymore. There has to be a decision that needs to be made, right? Because what has happened in here is what I'm getting, guys, is that you have reached the rock bottom of pain in this relationship, whatever that relationship is. That is not just like, it's not something that you can amend anymore. It's not something that you can put a band-aid on anymore and resolve to getting back, or resolve to coming back into the limelight with this relationship. You can't bring this relationship back into life anymore. It is something that you have to let it go, like, you know what I mean. It's a surrender. You have to let it go, because if you hold on to this situation, it will be only very painful for you, Taurus. So you are kind of, that energy is coming back into your understanding, into yourself, that you can't be sitting in that energy anymore. You just have to let it go, basically. I'm just trying to show you the cards, not my face, guys. Okay, so this is where the situation is building up, where you're coming to the point of your realization and understanding that it's high time. And that's where the King of Swords is showing up. So it could be you getting into the Gemini or the Aquarius or the Libra energy here, or it could be that you are looking for some kind of a strategy. It's a very rational, logical kind of an energy that you're trying to imply here, because it is a matter of you letting go of that pain. So once the feeling is that the energy is that if you have to let go of that pain, you have to rationalize the entire thing in yourself, right? What it is that you have been holding on, why it is that you have been holding on, and what it is that you now need to let go. So, what I'm getting, guys, is that you are coming to the point of rationalizing the whole situation in yourself. You're trying to understand in yourself that why you have been holding on to this kind of a situation for whatever amount of time. What was the logic behind it? And maybe some of you guys have been doing this for years together. So you're kind of trying to figure out some logical answers, right? Something that is logically understandably understanding, right? Like you understand that situation more so because you see, emotionally, we do understand a lot of things, right? But emotionally, when we understand a lot of things, we also think from our heart. In this case, there is no emotion for you. In this case, what I'm getting is, Taurus, that you're trying to logically understand the reason as to why you have been carrying on with this situation, whatever that situation in your life is, for whatever amount of time, right? I'm going to ask for the King of Sword. Please talk to me about the King of Sword. What is the King of Sword energy here for? So what I'm getting is that you're trying to logically rationalize, the star, why you have been holding on to that pain for so long. Because now you're coming to the point that you're telling yourself, guys, that you need to heal. There's a faith, there is a purpose in your life that you need to look into now for yourself, right? So if you don't let go of that old energy, this is some old energy, not just something that has happened here. Because to reach the 10 of Sword, you need a lot of time. It builds over time. It doesn't happen overnight, right? It doesn't happen in a night. Like you get up in the morning and you're like, oh, I have been stabbed 10 times in my back. You don't realize that overnight. It's been happening for a very long time. So here it is that you're coming to the point of your rational, logical self in understanding that, you haven't allowed yourself to heal. There has been a loss of faith, purpose, hope in your life because you have been working with that pain. You have not been working to heal yourself, right? You have been too focused on that painful past or the painful event in your life where you have not paid attention to yourself. You haven't paid attention to yourself. So which is where you're kind of technically realizing, it's a matter of realizing that you have not done justice for yourself, Taurus. You haven't. You could have a reason behind this, that you were not letting go, you were not being able to surrender that pain, tell yourself that I don't care anymore, right? Because you don't have emotions, but you have it's a very mental pain. Like every time you think about it, you are mentally upset, right? It's a very crown chakra kind of an energy I'm getting out of the whole story. So which is where you haven't paid attention to your own faith and purpose, or the factor that you need to heal from this situation. This is where there is some kind of an awakening, a realization, understanding of your own purpose. What have I been doing for this long and why? Question yourself. Is it worthwhile? Is it giving me back any rewards? Holding on to this pain, holding on to this kind of bad mental energy, Is it giving me any kind of happiness? Am I being fulfilled from this pain? Am I being happy? Right? Or have I been enjoying that pain? Nothing. So what has happened is, in that event, you're coming to your realization that you need to heal. You need to let go of that old energy. You don't need that energy. See, unless and until you have some kind of a logical sense of awakening, you don't get that boost, right? Because you're sitting in that old energy, you are kind of drowned in that old energy. You don't want that. You want to let it go. Like, you cannot hold on to that kind of an energy. You know what I mean? So this is where your realization is kind of bringing forth a sense of hope and faith and purpose in your life, that you have more things to look forward to. You can be sitting in that energy and drowning in apathy and having that mental tension and mental worries, and that, that every time you're thinking about a situation, you're getting, your head is all being very tight, right? You're not being able to come out of that web of the swords that is encircling your crown chakra, right? So this is where you need that strength. There is a lot of strength that you have, because there could be a lot of fear in this situation, that you haven't been able to let go of something that is not even bringing any happiness, any joy, any healing, anything in your life. Nothing. But yet you have been carrying on and carrying on and carrying on with that sense of Ten of Sword, with that pain, right? And this is where, the Strength card is telling you, guys, you don't need that. You need a lot of strength to combat your fear. There could be a fear situation that you're trying to heal from now. You're coming to the point of realization that all this while that you have been doing a lot of things or sitting in that energy, more so is because of fear. You were not able to release that, right? And that is where you require a lot of strength, because there is a block with the world in the reverse. Until you can fight your own demons, until you can conquer your own fear. And, let me tell you one thing, guys. This is my realization, that most of the time we are stressed, we are in tension, we are in pain, is not because of anything, but it's because of fear. Because we apprehend too much. We already, in our mind, what has not happened, we already think it's going to happen, right? And because we think that is going to happen, we already fathomed. It's like a conjecture, right? We already fathom in our mind, this is going to happen, that is going to happen, and this is the consequence that will already, not knowing if that consequence or if that end result that we are thinking is true or not. But because our mind works in that way, right, we always fear the worst. And because we fear the worst, we hold on to that pain. We don't let ourselves heal. We don't let ourselves release that fear. And because of that, you're not able to release the block. We are not able to close the old chapter, because that's what I'm saying, that we have been holding on and holding on and holding on to that because we lack that sense of courage. We don't know, because we have already presumed that whatever we are going to do or whatever will happen henceforth will be this, and this. So the result, we already bring the result even before we jump into the story, right? Because our mind works like that. Our brain is a monkey. I've said that before, right? So our mind always works faster than what we would like it to work. But it's the way human beings work. And because of that, the chapter is not closing. and the new chapter is yet to begin. So until you close the old chapter, guys, the Ace of Wands, until you can release that fear, until you can tell yourself, whatever happens, I don't care, I'll deal with it. If there is a problem, there is a solution. But you have to understand, Taurus, that the problem and the solution is both at your disposal. Now, what you take for yourself is totally up to you. You choose to remain in the problematic area of your life, you will, because you will never be able to close the old part of your story, and the new part will never begin. But if you choose to go along and head on, face the crisis and tell yourself that, okay, whatever happens, the ultimate, I will look into it, I'll deal with it, but at this point in time, I need to close the old chapter and start a reboot in my life. That's not going to happen until you discover your own courage. Let me put it like that, because with the Four of Pentacles, you're still very insecure about the story. You're still very insecure, Taurus. You're not sure if you can do all this. You're not getting that kind of security. You know the whole thing. Let me tell you that. You know the whole thing, but when it comes to the right implementation of that work, you are again closing yourself. You're hiding yourself away from that. You don't want to face that reboot because you are scared. You're scared of whether your destiny will support you at this point. So you're already thinking that your destiny is not going to support you. You know, you're already thinking that you have no faith, hope, and purpose. So you're kind of pulling back from that energy. You're pulling yourself back and you're like, no, I don't want to venture out. I don't want to go that far. I don't want to take that risk because I really don't know. You know, so you have already come to that conclusion that you can make it work, whatever that story is in your life. So again, you're pulling back in yourself, Taurus, right? You're pulling back. Now here it is, guys, the Hanged Man. This is where you have paused the whole situation. This could be an energy that you have been playing with for a long time, where you have told yourself that no, nothing will happen. I can't do it. I won't go there. I won't go that far. Let me stop. I'm scared. I'm insecure of my money, of my whatever. And I have a lot of secrets I haven't spoken about, you know, because I'm not certain of what my destiny has in store for me. So here you are hanging upside down, thinking about the whole story, doing a lot of shadow work, processing a lot of information from this energy, trying to understand yourself better, right? Trying to walk through the night, trying to understand yourself better. You do have a lot of patience, you know, in figuring things out in the right way. So you're giving yourself ample time. You're not moving in any direction right away, right now. You're giving yourself ample time to rethink on the situation, because that fright or that scary part of the story is something that you're trying to work with, you know, because that is something that is ingrained in you, Taurus. That's something that is ingrained in you, and therefore to get rid of that situation, you definitely need a lot more time in order to release that fear, in order to tell yourself that you can do it, in order to bring back that motivation, in order to bring back that confidence in yourself, right? That you know, it's not required for you to be scared of anything. Like I said, ultimatum, you know, you have already decided on the ultimatum that, oh, now I have no faith, I have no purpose in life, I can't do it, my doors are closed, I'm hiding behind closed doors, only where I'm not even growing, I'm not even expanding, I'm not doing anything, I'm just sitting in a corner, and I'm scared because I'm unaware of my destiny, my future. right? This is where the temperance. So there is a lot of emotional balance, guys, a lot of emotional balance that you require in your life now. You have to work with that emotional balance in your life at this point in time, because there could have been a loss of emotional balance in your life, Taurus, where you have felt um, separated from your own emotions. You have not been able to temper, you have not been able to balance or work with your own emotions. So you definitely have to temper, to balance your own emotions in order for a long-term project, the Ten of Pentacles, right? There is money involved in the whole game. Please talk to me about the Ten of Pentacles. This is a situation that you're probably being scared of for some of you, where you feel that if you move into a different situation or into a different part of your life, you might lose out on the money that you already have for yourself or in your vicinity, or it's like a gamble for you. Let's look at the Ten of Pentacles here, because this is something, the money part of this story is something, oops, guys, hold on. The money part of this story is something, give me 2 minutes, I need to go pick up my card. I don't know why my cards are flying all over the place. Hold on, guys. Yeah, the money part of the situation, Taurus, is something that you're not very comfortable with as of now. You're not very comfortable with, guys, because the money is something that you're not being able to work. I mean, that is where the scariest part is, right? With the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, because you could have indulged in a lot of things earlier on that may not have brought you back your wish fulfillment. You may have lost out on something, so you're kind of scared. And they see the Tower in the reverse, and that is what you're trying to avert. You're trying to avert a disaster in here, because there is something in your life that you are not being completely able to leave behind, because you feel that if you leave that, but you also know that whatever you're holding on to, guys, is not bringing you back your wish. You also know that, but yet you're still holding on tight. You're still holding on to that money you have in your life, Taurus. You're not letting it go. Even though you are not enjoying that situation. And the Hanged Man in the reverse. See, this is where you're stalling the whole situation. You're stalling the whole situation because you're not completely certain about your future at this point in time. You're sensing, you're trying to balance your emotions in this regard. You're trying to balance back your self, right? But at the end, and this is all with money. This is all for a long-term situation that you're looking at this point, right? Where you need a lot of emotional control and balance in your life. But you also know that you have been hanging on. You have been stalling this situation, not letting it go, because like I said, you are averting some kind of a disaster in your life that you are not comfortable with, feeling not comfortable with at this point in time. So you're kind of halting, stalling the situation, right? You're right away, you're not taking action on this situation here. Okay, then we move on again to the Star card. But you also know that it is the time for you, that if you keep stalling this situation, if you keep hanging on to the old story, just because you want to avert a disaster, you don't want to let that story go. It will not serve you, because your hope and faith and purpose, you have to surrender to your destiny now. You have to surrender yourself to your destiny now with the Hermit card, and this is where you're coming to the point of your realization, guys, that you can't be doing this. You can't be, because you're scared, you're frightened of something, the money you will lose, or whatever that situation in your life that is not bringing you happiness, yet you're still hanging on just because of the money part of the story. It's not going to work for you. And you're realizing that. You're coming to your realization with the Hermit. There is a lot of internal soul searching work. You're going down deep into your roots with the Seven of Pentacles, right? Where you are trying to understand what timing has to offer to you. You could be possibly waiting for the timing. Yeah, you could possibly be waiting for the timing here, right? You're trying to understand what would be the right timing with the Page of Cups, to go forward, to have that emotional experience. You want to enjoy life. You want to have you want to have a good life. You want to bring in a lot of happiness, but you also know that you have to wait for the divine timing, which is where you kind of have to wait. That also could be that if you need to tell something to somebody, apologize to somebody, or show your gratitude to somebody, you still have to wait. There is a divine timing that is playing up in here, because of the earlier reason where you probably have not really taken action on a situation that you should have acted on at the right time, right? This is where you get the Five of Pentacles, and this is where there is a lot of regret. You're either missing out on somebody in your life, or you are feeling extremely poor in every situation in your life. You're not enjoying this. Five of Pentacles is a card which talks about a lot of depression for some of you. Maybe some of you guys are crossing through a period of lot of depression, where you want to get out of that stage. You want to feel happy, right? You want to feel happy with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, because there is a lot of untruth stories out here. Ace of Swords in the reverse is a block against the truth, where truth has not been told, where lies and deceit and falsities have been at play, right? And that's something that you're aware of. You're aware of with the Fool card, right? This is where there could be a trust issue here. Beginning something new could become a little bit difficult for you at this point, because you may have trust issue with somebody in your life who could have caused you a lot of pain and regret, or you have gone through a lot of disappointment in your life with regards to a trust issue here. Or somebody you feel is not trusting you because you could have left them out in the cold, right? Or somebody has left you out in the cold, where there has been a lot of lies and deceit in the situation. That is where a new beginning is required, but it's difficult, because the Five of Cups is sitting right on top of the new beginning, right? Which is where there is a learning lesson. Which is where there has been a learning lesson, or there is a learning lesson that you are aware of, Taurus. Lot of grief, lot of disappointment that you want to rectify now. Or somebody wants to rectify it for you. It could be anything for anybody here, right? But there is The new beginning at this point is a little bit disturbed because you have to first deal with the disappointment factor before you can eventually move into trusting somebody back in your life or allowing others to trust you back. It can go anyways, right? Then we come over to the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, which clearly says you have lived your life way beyond your means. Money has been drained. Your fruit of labor and success has not shown up. And you're very disappointed with that, Taurus. That whatever you have earned in your life, you have not been able to achieve back the result. You have not been able. You could have been telling people, some of you, it's also true, that you could have been telling people that you're all okay financially, right? But you know that financially you have not been well off, right? And that is where there is a lot of pain and emotional disappointment on this situation, whether somebody has done this to you or you have done this with somebody, doesn't matter. That needs to be rectified with the Two of Cups, yeah, because of a soulmate or a twin flame or a love connection. It could be a friendship, it also could be anything that the result has not shown, because again the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, because of this situation where somebody has got caught in a situation where they haven't been able to successfully tell the truth, that they don't have enough in their pocket, right, to make this happen. They don't have enough in their pocket to support this kind of a relationship, a friendship, whatever that story could be in your life. The truth has not been told. The truth has not been told, right? And that is where there has been a lot of pain, depression about the whole story. And the disappointment on the start of a new event is not happening because the truth has not been told. This needs to be rectified because somebody over here, Taurus, has not spoken the truth with you, or you have not spoken the truth that they don't have enough money in their pocket to support this relationship or support a friendship or support something that they wanted to support. They have been leaving, they have been, leaving that old situation in that similar way. They have not altered the situation where there is a waiting now. The Star. The situation will be resolved. But thing is that there is a waiting period. Because of this, there has to be a waiting period to come to the point of this new turn, where a new situation will emerge out of this story where you have gone through, or you are going through a lot of depression in your life because of a lot of lies and deceit that is stopping you from moving forward and starting something brand new in your life, because emotionally you are done. Emotionally you are very hurt, very disappointed, because like I said, that somebody hasn't told you the truth, or you haven't told somebody the truth, that you cannot separate yourself. It also could be that some of you guys have been waiting to separate yourself from a marital connection, right? But you have not been able to separate yourself from that connection as well. But at the same time, you haven't spoken the truth because money is involved in that marital connection or in that situation where, the truth has not been spoken out here. It hasn't been delivered. So the truth needs to be delivered, Taurus. But there is a lot of disappointment at this point in time because of this situation in here. Because of this situation in here. Please talk to me about the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, somebody has, yeah, the Six of Swords. Yeah, somebody has not been able to leave the situation behind and move forward. Because I think what has happened is they have not been able to separate or leave behind a situation that is no longer, yeah, see the Chariot, that is no longer serving them. But now they are coming to a point, the Hierophant in the reverse, it just slipped out, guys, so I'm going to take it. It's coming to a point, this is you, Taurus. You know, you could be coming to a point of becoming a little bit rebellious in yourself. Okay, and you could be changing your status quo that you have not been able to change before. Some of you could be leaving an old situation behind. Some of you could be leaving an old marriage behind, right? When you had been you had been very conservative and you have not been able to move forward is because of this reason, when you haven't been able to separate yourself from a situation that is no longer serving you. But now you're coming to the point, this is where I wanted to check and see. You're coming to the point of your understanding that a transition in your life is a must. You have to let go of the old baggage in order to begin a new one in your life, right? In order to begin a fresh new beginning, you have to let go of the old baggage in your life. And that means you could be a rebel. That means you are changing your status quo. You're going against your belief system that was halting your progress before. When you had not been able to move forward is because of you being very traditional in your approach, right? You believed in the principles and dogmas of life way too much, where you haven't been able, it's only that you have, because of that situation, you're realizing that you need to change your principles in life. You need to, in order to get out of that old situation that is no longer serving your need at all. Okay, then we move on to the Two of Wands in the reverse, which is clearly talking about a block again in your thinking power, right? It's because, like I said, changing yourself is a little bit difficult, right? It doesn't come to you easily. It's not that you think about it and you change overnight and you're like, oh, I'm good with it. I go from being a traditional person, a conservative, traditional person, into becoming somebody who is rebellious and does not care what the society thinks in this case, whatever you're going to do, And this is where there has been a block in your thinking. You haven't been able to think like that. The Queen of Wands in the reverse. And this is where you have been caught up without any kind of courage. You have not been able to build your passion. You have not been able to build your courage because you have not been able to think like that, right? What you have been thinking is very your style of thinking, where you're like, no, if it's a marriage, it's a job, it's whatever, you have to stick by it. Even though it doesn't serve you, even though it doesn't do you any good, but because you're attached to that situation of your principles and dogmas in life, that is more important to you than anything else. That was your belief that stopped you from moving into your passionate self, right? Which is where the Two of Pentacles show up. This is where you're trying to organize, rework on yourself, Taurus. You're trying to bring back, you're trying to understand how people work for themselves, how it is possible to build back the courage, how is it possible to work with a lot of passion, right? How is it possible to balance your life? Some of you could be working indoor, outdoor, right? How is it possible to balance everything in the right way? How is it possible to prioritize your life? So you could be learning that. You could be trying to figure that out with the five of sword, which is a learning lesson where you perhaps, you're coming to the point of understanding that you haven't really been able to delve into this situation because you were always rejecting this idea in yourself. The two of wands in the reverse. You were rejecting this idea, oh no, 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 it's not possible. It's not possible. You can't do it. It's all hogwash. No, no, no. I have to stick by with the methods. I cannot do it. And you were not being able to reorganize yourself because somewhere you were rejecting that idea and belief that you could work in that way, that you could be courageous, you could be bold, you could be happy, with the Six of Cups, right? Which is where there is a past life connection with somebody in your life that you have been rejecting as well. You have been rejecting as well, right? You haven't paid attention to somebody in your life because your thinking was blocked. The way you thought about the whole situation, that you had blocked the whole situation, your thinking had been blocked. So you have not been able to work with this energy, even though this energy has been in your life. Has been in your life, but yet you have been rejecting that and you told yourself, no, 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 it's not even a possibility, right? Some of you guys could be married. So maybe you have had an affair with somebody in your life, but when it comes to bringing or inviting that person back into your life, you have not been able to do that because, again, that person could be your soulmate, but you have been rejecting the idea of any such situation, of a past life connection, a soulmate. No, because like I said, you could not change yourself, right? You could not change yourself. You believed in the principles and dogmas that only gave you a lot of regret and disappointment in your life. Yeah. And that is where you have been sitting. Because intuitively, you haven't been able to clear your brain, and tell yourself that it is also possible for me to think in some other way. So your thinking was very, very closed off, Taurus. Your thinking was very narrowed down, very closed off in a situation where you haven't been able to broaden your horizon in your thinking power, right? Which is where the Ten of Wands in the reverse, right? This is where there has been a lot of burden, pain, stress, everything that had come into your life. That is what something you're trying to close the chapter. You're trying to close that old chapter. You want to delegate your responsibilities and walk away from a situation that you don't want to handle anymore. Some of you guys could be rejecting the whole situation because of inner child issue as well. You had been scared about accepting back somebody in your life because of some kind of an experience you might have had as a young adult or even as a child, right? So that is where there has been a lot of stress out situation, guilt, pain, everything that came over to you as a burden. From where now you want to walk away, you want to grow, you want to communicate with the Three of Cups, you want to feel happy again, right? You want to let go of the old burden. You want to really bring back a lot of joy and happiness and comfort in your life, which is where the Magician in the reverse is telling me that you haven't been able to do that. You did not have enough in your willpower to have manifested back that growth and communication. You try to, some of you guys could have played tricks, trying to manifest the situation in a wrong way, right? Trying to communicate in a wrong way, excuse me, trying to grow in a wrong way, but that hasn't worked. That hasn't worked. Magician in the reverse is all about trickery and illusion about a situation. It could also be a third party, third person situation here. That you now are realizing that somebody has done something very wrong in your life. It also could be that, right? With the Ten of Cups, there has been a lack of commitment here. There has been a lack of commitment, a trickery on this commitment of happiness and joy and growth in your life, Taurus, that brought about a lot of burden, okay, from which the Six of Pentacles is showing up that you want to correct the situation, balance the situation, and bring back an equal give and take with somebody in your life or in some situation that you have probably not done the right thing. You could have played tricks on a commitment here with somebody in your life. You might have told the person, yes, I'm ready to commit, but you haven't really committed to that situation. There was a trickery involved in a commitment with something that was a very happy situation in your life. Which is where you need to balance out the scales of this give and take in your life once again, Taurus. You definitely have to balance out the situation, because until you can rectify and balance that situation in your life, you will not be able to move forward. Simple. With the Chariot, if you want to move forward, if you want to be in the driver's seat, you need to rectify, correct, and balance the old situation in your life, Taurus. Very important. With the Empress in the reverse, there is a block. There is a block in that abundance. You're not, because until you can correct and give and take, this abundance and this fertility will not happen. You will not be able to move towards your fertility. The Eight of Swords in the reverse is clearly talking about a slowdown in this situation, with Justice in the reverse, where you need to logically balance out the whole situation in order to bring back justice in your life now, Taurus. The Five of Pentacles. Okay, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. Excuse me. There is a lot of learning lesson in your life that is coming up or has already shown up. The Page of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. You know the delay has happened. There has been a lot of delay in this situation of a new start because of this learning lesson, the Sun and the King of Swords in the reverse, where there has been a lot of manipulation. A lot of manipulation where happiness has not been delivered. Not been delivered. You have not been able to clearly, logically rationalize your situation, Taurus. The Knight of Wands and the Judgment. This is where you're trying to quickly rush in order to restart something in your life, in order to be bold, in order to be adventurous, in order to deliver what you say, what you mean. You could be very impatient now for this period in time where you want to begin something fresh in your life. You want to start off as somebody totally new. The Two of Wands in the reverse, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, a lot of block in your thinking, in your organization, in your prioritization. You have not been able to do anything, Taurus. You have really not been able to deliver. The Seven of Wands in the reverse and the Two of Swords, right? Because you were always, again, crisscrossing. You were not standing up for what you knew and believed is right. You always overthought about the situation. Should I? Shouldn't I? Can I? May I? Will I? No, it didn't get you anywhere. Death in the reverse and the Five of Cups, personal transformation from your learning lesson that is coming up in here, where you will understand, what you have done for a long time is not working for you anymore. You need to completely overhaul the whole situation and move towards a new direction in your life, Taurus. Lot of learning lessons, lot of understanding, lot of realizations is all happening around this point in time. The energies are all there, so take your time to understand the situation and work towards your realization. More logical, emotionally balance yourself, but logically do the work. Listen to your heart, but play in the right way with your brain. That would be my advice to you guys. Enjoy this reading until I see you once again. Till then, goodbye. God bless. Khuda Hafiz and Namaste.